Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Reese Teesa, the lady that went viral overnight for sharing the story of who the fuck did she marry. I didn't watch every single episode, but I watched enough of it where I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. It wasn't shocking though, because there's so many men that live their life this way. They're lying to you about their credit score, where they were born, their age, their marital status, their health conditions, okay? Their health status. They will lie to you about their income. They will lie to you about that friend that you think is just a friend but really was a side piece or someone they used to mess with back in the day. They will lie to you about their orientation, their sexual orientation, all these other things. So her telling this story, I was like, sounds like a lot of stories that I've heard before, only this guy really put in the work to dupe this lady into a marriage. And she did hold some accountability for her choice to get in a relationship with this guy. And I think it was kind of like, it was during COVID or something of that effect, during the C, that she decided, okay, I want to give this a chance because I want someone that's going to kind of help me out and also keep me company. And a lot of people coupled up during the C epidemic, and they wanted someone that they could be in quarantine with, which in some ways I understand, because loneliness can really be very mind altering for a lot of people. But also I thought this is one of the most unsafest things you can possibly do with someone that you just met. However, after she went viral and blew up overnight, a lot of people had things to say. They either talked about the way she looked, the way she sounded, the fact that she got with this guy and didn't know him from a hole in a wall. Everyone had an opinion about her, especially Charlemagne the God, who is a radio show host. And he basically called her a big back and mentioned that what she went through is big back behavior. And the reason I have a problem with his sentiments is because I think, and not just that I think, I've seen women that are dime pieces to the societal standard of dime piece, who are, a 22 waist, and the face of a goddess, the face of an angel, the hands and feet taken care of, living in a nice house, coming from maybe one of the best backgrounds you could think of, well-off parents, be the certified pick-me's. And a lot of the time it's because they're not used to being told no, or they're thinking they're the best thing that ever happened to this guy. They're the last Coca-Cola on the planet. So how can this man reject her after she, has poured into him, not just with her finances and became his ultimate arm candy, but also has given her body to him, her body that may come with the 6-pack and French tip nails. I've seen it happen many times. Or a woman who doesn't have a quote unquote big back gets played the hell out because that guy probably has pulled women that look like her before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 baddies. What's the 7th one to him? Right? Doesn't matter. But when I heard Charlemagne the God say this, it wasn't surprising either, because he says things so out of pocket. But also it lets me know that he is not living in the real world of how bad the dating pool is in general. Like, the dating pool, they say, is full of piss. It's also full of shit. There's a lot of people in the dating pool out to use, abuse, take advantage of your time, money, and effort. And in this case, I think Teesa just really thought she met someone that was genuine, that was on top of his game, and he really pulled out all the stops. He made her feel like the only girl in the world until she found out she wasn't, and that she wasn't special. And of course, other women came out of the woodworks to call this guy out. And he responded. His name is Legion. He responded and pretty much said, oh, this was a lie. But hello, a psychopath who's a liar that comes out and calls everybody a psychopath and liar. Like, you can't tell me there's loads of stories of you and not one of them is real. Now, what I'm really happy about is that Reese Teesa is getting paid for her pain. She's getting a lot of love from other people and support through this painful story that she's telling. And she's recently gone on a show. She's been on a few shows, I think, on, good morning type of TV shows, primetime TV shows, morning talk shows. And I love that she is getting paid and notoriety for her pain, because why go through all that, learn your lesson, and not get paid back for the time that you lost? And I hope that it becomes a movie, hopefully something on HBO or Netflix or something that, yes, like, we're making entertainment out of her pain, but she did share this story. And so it was inevitable that somebody or some network was going to pick this up and be like, yeah, we need to make a movie out of this. But I'm also speaking from experience now, that I've been in relationships where I've given too much or I've trusted too easily because I was in a state of loneliness. And I think that dating while lonely is absolutely the worst time to date. It is the worst time to date. Do not date when you're lonely, when you really want to be with someone, when you're crying in your car, when you're staying up all night wondering why me. That is the worst time to date, because you will let a dude come in that you don't know very well lie to your face. And it's not like you're letting it, but it's like you will not turn every rock and bend every corner to make sure you're not getting played. And it doesn't matter how you look, because I've been played. I've had friends that are, they kick my ass in looks and in finances 20 times fold, and they get played. So this isn't big back behavior. This is clearly just another way to humiliate and degrade another woman for just simply being naive and gullible. And literally everybody goes through that gullible, naive phase, no matter what age. If you've never experienced dating a psychopath and a pathological liar to this extent, you're not going to know how bad you got played. So I do think it's out of pocket what Charlamagne the God said. It is very out of pocket, because you can be one of the smartest people in the world, but you can't outsmart a psychopath. You cannot outsmart a sociopath. You just can't, unless you're really deep into psychology and you have a background of private investigation. Like, if you have a background in investigating crimes, it would be very hard for you to put your finger on a person like this. And even people that are private investigators or criminal investigators, they've been duped before by people with this type of mental issue, with the issues that Legion has. So I don't want women to get too, because I feel like women also use these type of sensationalized catchphrases to degrade other women and big themselves up and feel better about themselves because, oh, well, I'm a size 0, I don't get played. Yeah, until you do. And then you're going to use a different reason. You're not going to say it's my little back behavior that got me played. You're going to say, oh, he's just a terrible man. And that's the same way you need to look at the situation. It has nothing to do with her weight. Do I acknowledge that people that have self-esteem issues that are derived from their weight or their physical appearance or their facial features or their skin tone or whatever the case may be, do I believe that if people have the self-esteem issues because of that can kind of attract these kind of weirdos? Yes. If you have self-esteem in any of these departments, whether it's in your physicality or in your finances or in your education or in your past, whatever you're insecure about, you can attract a person that is going to sniff out this insecurity and slither on in and find ways to make you think that everything's okay, that you're safe with them. And then they'll use your insecurities to hang over your head so they can manipulate you further and get away with whatever they want to get away with you. Okay? So yeah, that's all I have to say about Reese Teesa. Get paid for your pain, girl. Yes. And I also think that Reese Teesa is a cute lady. I think that she's well-spoken. I find her very entertaining. And I think she's a smart lady. But sometimes we make dumb decisions like anyone else. So that's all I have for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll check you on the next video.